Yes, for season 2 of At the Cottage with Chef D, my producer asked, "Hey Chef, would you go camping?" And I said, "Oh yeah, for sure. As long as we're at the Sherwood Inn, where it's beautiful here on the dock." I'm with my good friend Stacey Bester from Sweet Bakery in Brantford. We're gonna be baking today with an easy bake oven. I know you have one. Strawberry shortcake with a sponge cake. And of course, we all you scream for ice cream. Won't you join us after we have a little bit of a nap?
Enough relaxing already. We have baking to do.
That must be Jody from Sherwood Inn. I guess we gotta go.
Yo, check this out.
So you're probably wondering, Chef, why, and Stacey, do you have an easy bake oven on your TV show? Okay, back in the 70s when I was a young man, you can take how old I am from there, is that I asked for an easy bake oven because I always wanted to cook. You know, like since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I wanted to cook. So how about you?
Oh, always had an easy bake oven. I'm famous for my peanut butter cookies that I made during the time when I didn't know that a measuring cup actually had different levels of cups. So I think I made a 1-cup peanut butter cookie recipe with 4 cups of peanut butter. People are still removing it from the roofs of their mouth.
So I'm just going to hold this like this because this is how I have to read. You know, the instructions on the
You didn't need bifocals back when you were 5, did you?
There's more instructions on this than there is on some of the professional convection ovens I've worked with.
I know, yeah, it's very complicated to bake with a light bulb. I will take my kitchen anytime, yeah, for sure.
Uh-oh.
There's
So
Jody,
you
we're
have the
trouble
ingredients there.
It's all artificially flavored. I think we can up the ante in the Easy Bake Oven with a beautiful sponge cake recipe. What do you think?
I think we can too. I think we should
so
get in the
too.
kitchen. What do you think? Come back to the Easy Bake Oven with our big pan. Who's going to eat that?
That's not enough for me, especially if it's a delicious strawberry shortcake.
Okay, perfect.
Let's go.
So we're in Chef Jose's kitchen here at Sherwood Inn. Stacey, we're getting ready to make a Victoria sponge cake.
We are a classic Canadian sponge cake named after Queen Victoria herself. So what better recipe to start our cottaging off
Exactly.
with, right?
And I just want to show them here, because this is, seriously, this is what we're doing.
This is my recipe.
Exactly.
Real high tech, right?
Right, and that's what it's about. We were mentioning off air about being at the cottage, that you want to enjoy the cottage, you want to enjoy our clamping here.
Yes.
And you know, that you don't always have all the gadgets you don't have, right? So let's make it simple, let's make it easy, and away we go, okay?
And baking can be intimidating, so this is really to show that with a tablespoon, a teaspoon, you know, a skillet, you can have a beautiful, an easy bake oven pan, you can have a beautiful dessert for your family at the cottage, and it's actually easier than bringing everything with you all prepared, right? It's got a little less room in the cooler because you already have these ingredients at your cottage, right? So it's real easy.
We have the butter.
We've got the butter, we've softened it. The heat alone softens it, so if you don't have a microwave to soften your butter, the temperatures will do it. So you're just gonna wanna cream your butter. We're doubling the recipe here, so we have 2 cups of butter in here, but if you're just gonna do a single recipe, you don't have a lineup of easy bake ovens, then just 1 cup. And then we're gonna wanna add some eggs, so we're gonna need 4 eggs for this, again, because we're doubling it. The eggs are going to make it that beautiful, rich, spongy texture that we're going to want. So you're just going to whisk them in. You don't need a big fancy KitchenAid mixer at the cottage.
You just bring Chef D.
Yeah, just bring Chef D. Just know he is a bit of a princess. So. Don't put him out in the bunkie.
And just stir this in.
You're going to want to just really well incorporate that. Then, of course, we're going to add our sugars in once it's incorporated. So,
do you ever think, like, who thought about putting eggs in to make all this work, you know?
It's always bizarre to me to think who thought what ingredients would all work together, and then it just turns into this beautiful product. And of course, most really good recipes were created by accident or necessity. You know, if you really go back and look at the history of recipes, you know, because most of it was preservation.
Right.
You know, so things didn't go to waste. And here it is, from not going to waste, it's turned into, you know, these beautiful recipes that we get to create daily.
How's that looking?
That's looking pretty good.
Okay.
So let's add our sugar. We're
Okay.
gonna have 2 cups of sugar in here again because we're doubling it. And you know, if you're making something, you might as well double it because it's gonna keep. And again, you can reinvent it. So as it goes a little bit,
Yep.
you know, stale throughout the week, you know, that's where you add some whipped cream or some ice cream or pour a little liqueur over it to soften it
Little
up.
liqueur?
A little liqueur.
Nice. Okay.
So you've got that. We're gonna add a little splash of vanilla.
Okay, now vanilla's super expensive right now. We all know that, but please don't use the artificial one. You guys are all worth the
do
really
not
good vanilla.
compromise on quality, that's for sure. And then we're gonna need some baking powder, so
Okay.
I gotta read my recipe here. How
I
much
think
do we
it's
need?
three teaspoons.
Yes, 3 teaspoons.
How good was that, eh?
You're better at math than I am. And we're just using a kitchen spoon. We
Right.
don't have proper utensils
and
up
the no
here.
name. It's all good.
Yeah, there you go. The no name are so reasonable, and it's
Right.
quality product. It's just packaging. So that's in there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate half of the flour and a little
Yep.
bit of the milk, get it
Okay.
folded in together.
Should I switch and use a spatula? Or?
Yeah, I probably would.
Okay.
You're going to want to give it that nice folding method.
I didn't get any on you, did I?
Not yet. The day is young. So
I
I'll-
just, again,
Yeah,
fold it
fold
in.
it in. I'm gonna, has to be well incorporated.
Now, is the milk should be room temperature or should it be a little bit colder?
You know, I always do everything at room temperature
Okay.
when I'm baking, but it's not going to affect this
Okay.
recipe all that much if you pull it right from the fridge. Let's face it, we just want to do things quick and easy.
Yep.
If it's too complicated, we're not going to do it, right?
No, true enough. So the other half of the flour.
The other
so
half
that's
of the
1
flour,
cup.
yep. And then the rest of the milk.
Okay.
And I'm going to try not to wear, see, this must be why you wore a pattern shirt.
Exactly.
So it's going to show up on me. I should have stood on the other side of you. And just until it's all incorporated, you know, as smooth as possible, but you don't want to over mix it. And then we're ready to go. If it's going in a conventional oven, we're going to preheat to 400 degrees. If it's going in a easy bake oven, turn the dial to on. And of course, we're going to use a skillet. We're going to do it on the barbecue because who wants to be inside? You can be outside. You can make dessert while everybody else is roasting their s'mores. You know?
Exactly. And I'm just
So-
going to spray our easy bake oven pan.
That's a nice, perfect single serve for a Barbie. So if you invite Malibu Barbie to the cottage, she's got her own dessert. That's how she maintains her nice skinny figure, right? You can
How's
tell
that?
I was not a Barbie in my past life.
What do you think of that?
I think you're about good. I
Okay.
think that 40-watt light bulb will do that just perfectly.
And you know, because we're at the cottage.
It doesn't count if you lick it.
Right. Oh, that's good.
Oh, you can taste that real vanilla in there. So put it in your cast iron skillet, give it a nice little spray, and just like if it's in the regular oven, you're gonna know it's done just by taking a toothpick out, inserting it. If it comes out nice and dry, you're gonna wanna just kind of cook it on or bake it on a medium heat. You could even do it kind of on the off side, have one side of the burner on, and then just keep the lid down, and then the heat will just kind of circulate.
How's that
like a
look?
nice convection oven. That's going to be beautiful. You can even put your berries right into it.
Right. When you're baking it, right?
When you're baking it, yeah. Beautiful thing about
should
a
we put some
sponge.
blueberries in?
Yeah, let's go for it. You can add a little bit of fresh lemon or orange zest
Okay.
if you want.
A little bit of chocolate, right? You could add some
You
cocoa
can-
powder when you're
anything.
doing
It's
it, right?
such a versatile recipe. You could do it for anything. And if you wanted to frost it right in the pan.
Okay, even
Once
better.
it's cool, obviously.
Okay, but we're going to serve it with some ice cream, aren't we?
We're going to serve it with some homemade, easy peasy ice cream. Yeah,
Okay, when we're back, ice cream.
ice cream. You scream,
Ice cream.
we all scream.
Ice cream. So ice cream. You
Ice
scream
cream. We all scream.
for ice cream.
Yay.
So, we got it started. We got 35% cream or whipping cream. You can whip it by hand.
We sure can.
Or you can use like a hand blender, right?
Yeah.
And hand blenders are pretty good. It saves some time and all
You
that.
asked for a blender?
Okay, we would have whipped cream everywhere. Chef's blender
I
there.
may need an apron.
Okay, so where do we take it from here? So
Oh, this is so easy,
Okay.
and you can adapt it. So
Yep.
it's a liter of whipped cream.
Okay.
Then we're going to pour in 1 full can of sweetened condensed milk. There's like 0 measuring for this,
Okay.
which is lovely.
now,
So
do you need to whip this any more than this,
Not
or is that a good
particularly. It
consistency?
just needs to be thickened up because don't
Okay.
forget you're going to freeze it. Then
Okay.
we're going to put a little splash of the $1 million vanilla in there. And really, like, that's your base
Okay.
vanilla. So then if you want to put berries in it,
Mm-hmm.
my kids love it when I put a sugar cone crumble topping on the
Okay.
top of it, then it's dessert all in one pan. But if you just want to use it for other adaptations, put it in the freezer, it takes a couple of hours.
and you
rock
can
roll.
just put it in right from the bowl
Right
here,
in this,
right?
yeah. Don't
and,
do anything else to it.
And then about 4 hours later, you have
Yeah,
ice cream.
totally.
How
totally.
much
It
easier
doesn't get
is
any
that,
easier.
right?
And it's so creamy. I've had people tell me it's the best ice cream they've ever had. Because who doesn't love whipped cream? It's like amazing. I thought you were going to feed me right there.
No way, I'm not sharing at all. This might not even make it to the freezer. Okay,
you go,
I'm gonna
Ida.
put it in our freezer.
Perfect.
It's all cookies at the cottage.
Did nobody teach you not to talk with your mouth full?
No, I failed that lesson.
It's hard when in our profession.
Okay, what's better than a rainy day at the cottage, getting the kids together and making some cookies?
Playing some board games afterwards. Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta have a good classic
Can you
cookie
keep
recipe
talking?
up at the cottage for sure. And you know, it's hard to say which one's better to have a good oatmeal cookie or a chocolate chip cookie. So I thought let's do both because both of them are such classic recipes that you can switch up. You know,
Right.
chocolate chip cookie you can go organic and just do chocolate chips, or you can upscale that with some score bits and some almonds. You can throw M&Ms in it.
Some pecans?
Anything, you know. And then again, oatmeal cookie, you can add
Yeah.
some coconut, you can do the big debate, raisins or no raisins,
Oh,
right?
raisins.
Yeah,
And then you soak the raisins in some rum.
there you go. And
Right.
then mums and dads eat that while the kids eat the board,
exactly,
play the board
exactly.
games. Yeah,
Exactly. Okay.
Exactly. So
now we have our butter. And this is the most important part, right?
butter is always the most important part to any recipe, or you know, just starting your
Okay.
day, right?
No margarine. It's
No.
only butter.
Only butter.
Right?
Only butter.
And you said something. You can take the butter down half an hour on the dock and melt
yeah.
it, right?
Go have your coffee on the dock. Take your cold pound of butter
Yeah.
down with you. It'll be softened by the time you're done your coffee. Yeah.
So, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for soft butter, right?
We want it not to be melted. You
Yep.
can't bake cookies with melted butter. So if you suntan too long and you don't bring the butter in, it's not usable.
Okay.
So use it for your popcorn.
Yep.
So yes, just softened butter, nice and creamy.
Yeah, you can just see that nice and
Yeah.
creamy there.
Then
Now-
put your egg in.
Now put my egg in.
Put your egg in, just like any recipe. Always start with your butter, and then you add your eggs. Then we're going to incorporate our sugar. So you want everything to be nice and mixed and incorporated.
And I found the oldest spoon I could possibly find just
Yeah.
to show that you don't need anything fancy to do that.
Was that your baby spoon? then, if it's an
yeah,
old
pretty
spoon?
much.
Is that the silver spoon you were born with?
Yeah, my dad always said I had champagne taste on a beer income. And
There you
okay,
go.
just incorporate just like so,
Perfect,
right?
yeah. And then we're going to throw the sugar in.
Okay.
And what we're trying to just
Brown sugar, right?
And
now why brown sugar, not white sugar?
Well, you can use white sugar. If you don't have brown sugar at the cottage, use white sugar.
Yep.
You're not going to get the flavor profile because
Okay.
you have the molasses in the brown
Yep.
sugar. It's not going to be as soft as a cookie because
Okay.
brown sugar just tends to make things just a little bit softer.
Okay.
And you won't have your cookie brown as much.
Okay.
So, but you can use white sugar. This is all about what you're having as far as ingredients at the cottage, what you have as far as utensils. We're not using
Yep.
KitchenAids and all that stuff here. Using a silver spoon and a bowl.
So now we're gonna add a teaspoon of soda,
Now
right?
we're going to add a teaspoon of your baking soda. You got to have a little leavening in there.
So this just keeps it from thinning out,
Yeah,
right?
it's going to give your cookie that nice fluffy texture, you know,
Okay.
because you don't want a hard cookie. You know, we're not eating store-bought cookies.
Okay.
We're eating a nice homemade cookie. Perfect.
And now?
And then we're going to put, I like to put my cinnamon and nutmeg in this mixture.
Okay.
Because I find then, especially if you're mixing it with a spoon by hand, then
How's
it's going to
that?
get, yeah, perfect. A little more incorporated. So a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg just gives it that earthier flavor that's just beautiful.
And I just like a little bit because sometimes you put too much in and the nutmeg takes over everything.
Takes over, no. That's our job. We're taking over.
Exactly.
Not nutmeg. And then you're going to throw in 1.5 cups of flour. I like to put the flour in first. It's a little harder to get the flour incorporated. So get your flour going, and then we're going to
just watch your black shirt there.
Then we're going to put in 3 nice big cups of oats.
And they can be regular oats. They don't have to be anything special, right?
Totally. No.
Even if you have instant oatmeal that takes like 1 minute.
Oh gosh, undo 20 of those little packages of instant oats that you've taken up to the cottage. So yeah, they can be quick oats, steel cut oats, whichever kind you're using.
Okay.
And then, perfect.
Now the oatmeal?
Oh, yeah, we've got 3 cups there. We're gonna mix that in. And do you like raisins? Do you like chocolate chips?
Raisins.
I love raisins.
Right? I don't get the whole nut raisins.
No. Now when I'm making them at home, I like to soak my raisins first because then I find they're a little more plump when you bake. But
when
most
I'm at
people,
home, I soak them in some rum.
Oh yeah. I like to soak them. I find they're just a little more plump. They don't plumpen up enough for me, just going right from the bag to the cookie. But
but we're at the cottage.
That's debatable.
I forgot the rum.
Yeah.
Chef, where's the rum?
Well, usually when you're at the cottage, you've had a few beers, so that kind of compensates for the lack of rum. So, perfect. Yeah, and you just want to make sure that everything is moistened and mixed together. You know, if you haven't made a lot of cookies before, you don't want that dry texture because otherwise it's not going to adhere to the rest of the cookie.
Okay. We're almost there.
Perfect. So you're just going to get that all mixed together. Then you're going to preheat your oven to 375 degrees.
Okay.
And you're just going to drop them by a tablespoonful. So you're going to roll them in a little ball if you want to. You can use a cookie scoop if you have one at the cottage if you're just that prepared. But, or you know what? Make a big sheet cookie. If you have one big pan and you want to just pat it all out, and then as soon as it comes out of the oven, you just score it, and that makes great cookie sandwiches.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Ice cream sandwiches.
Ice cream sandwiches, right? Because you just cut your block of ice cream.
Something like that, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And then put on your baking sheet.
All on your
No, 375.
375.
You don't want anything lower than that?
No. You want 375 for this, and it's usually about 12 minutes. You know your oven, everybody's oven is different, but usually around the 12-minute mark, we're golden.
And the other thing too, you could wrap this all in saran wrap, make a big tube of it, put it in the freezer, and you can have it the whole summer.
Slice and bake,
right?
It
or
beats
even in your refrigerator, it's going to keep for almost 2 weeks, right?
It will keep easily for 2 weeks, and you can freeze it as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that goes. Yeah.
I better make sure it's
and
okay.
You can eat it. Perfect. So now we want to make a gorgeous chocolate chip cookie. Do you want me to talk? Will you mix? How about we do that? So we've
it tends to be I'm doing all the work here.
That's okay. I thought you just brought me for eye candy, right? So we've got 3/4 cups of butter here. Again, softened. We're creaming it up. We're going to put an egg in there. And then we've got 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar that we're going to put in. Again, with this recipe, you can use white sugar as well. And even with the flour, you can use a whole wheat flour if that's what you have. You're going to want to use a little bit less, like maybe about a 1/4 cup less.
Because the fibers in the yes. That was easy for me to say.
Yes, I knew what you meant. I'm sure the viewers haven't got a clue what we were talking about. But I think they're just, enjoying the entertainment anyway, right? We're here for the fun.
Okay, so the sugar?
So the sugar, you can put, it's melting in here. Perfect, so you can do the sugar. We're gonna put a little splash of milk in there.
Now, why do you put a little splash of milk in?
Because that's what the recipe calls for. So
I love it.
It's just a little extra moisture.
Okay.
Honestly, I've never understood the little splash of milk, but I do it because I don't want to mess with chippets.
She gets us working. Now she's eating our cookies.
I know. I think she just wanted us for the cookies. That's
I think
all
so.
I can
I think
say.
you're right. Okay, and then how much flour do we have now?
And then how much flour do we have? 1 3/4 cups.
Oh, baking soda.
Oh yes, baking soda. We need, how much of that do we need? 3/4 cups.
3/4 a teaspoon or a cup?
Oh, sorry. I said cups. These are really big cookies. 3/4 teaspoon. I'm glad you're paying attention.
3/4 teaspoon.
I've adapted these recipes so many times for me to go down to a single recipe.
And you know what?
It's
That's what's so.
Who eats 12 cookies?
Right.
Like, that's a serving.
Exactly, right? But that's the other thing is that a lot of people too, they get a little frustrated or a little, that they're not following the recipe. You don't always, and then make it your own. Like
Exactly.
as you seriously, as you
So
do
if you
more
want
and more of this.
3/4 cups of baking soda in your recipe, you go for it, girl.
Okay, so we're making it our own. We have our baking soda in.
There we go.
Now our flour.
You want flour? Yep. And again, you want to get all incorporated.
Stand back.
So you do that beautifully.
Thank you.
If this whole Chef D thing doesn't work out, you can come work for me. So
And now chocolate chips, 100% chocolate chips.
oh yeah. Well, you know what? You can't beat a good semi-sweet Chippets. Some people like to buy the milk chocolate ones, which
Yeah,
I think
but
have
why?
their place, but I don't.
Where?
In my mouth, in my thighs, I don't know. But I think you need the semi-sweet
Okay.
in a chocolate chip cookie. It's just that nice, richer, none of this, good for you,
Okay.
dark chocolate
And
stuff. Anything good for you doesn't belong in a cookie. So,
incorporating that all in.
yeah, just mix it, because you want an even distribution of your chocolate
Okay.
chips per cookie, right?
Yep. How's that looking?
It looks beautiful. Scrape your bowl a little more. Don't want any dry ingredients.
She's a tough cookie.
I am a tough cookie. It's a crummy job, but somebody's got to do it. That's why I make all the dough.
It's going to go on and on and on. Okay, so we're good here.
We're good.
Again, you can wrap it up, bake it is this again
Anything.
375?
375, yes.
On parchment line baking sheet?
Or, if you have a no-stick
Yep.
pan, yeah, you're good to go. I like to do parchment, so.
So do I.
Yeah.
I like my pans to be beautiful.
Yeah, or
right?
if you have the silpats,
Yep.
but,
Yep.
you got to have a really fancy schmancy
Okay.
cottage for that.
Okay, I'm going to just make sure it's okay.
Yeah. I really appreciate your quality control here.
Oh, my other friend, no.
So, yeah.
We're
Good
going to be
thing
no.
these aren't for sale.
I know, right? Okay,
So we're going to drop them on the cookie sheets.
and away we go.
375, 12 minutes.
We have those
And you have beautiful cookies.
strawberry chili in a minute.
Oh, yay.
So if you're like me, you go to the market all the time. Sometimes you see different fruits and fresh vegetables. You might overbuy.
No.
So
Are your eyes bigger than your stomach?
pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes near the end of the week up at the cottage, your strawberries are starting to, not look as good.
Yeah.
This is a simple way to make a great dessert topping, and it doesn't take any time at all.
Perfect.
So I've taken 1 cup of strawberries, and these are really ripe strawberries. We're going to put those in your pan. I have about a half a cup of white sugar. If you don't want to have white sugar, you have honey, you have brown sugar, you have maple syrup, you can do all that.
Yep.
We're going to put that in. We're going to put it on our stove. We're going to bring it up to a boil. When it comes up to a boil, I take it off. It's done. Okay?
Perfect.
So I'm going to the stove.
Can we put this on toast?
You can put this on toast. Okay, wait till you try it with a chocolate chip cookie.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
It's a big reveal time.
It sure is.
We have our easy bake oven going. It's getting hot.
It's been preheating for
All right,
6 hours.
I'm going to push it out in a minute to you. But
I'll catch
first,
it.
ice cream.
We made our yummy
know,
ice cream.
right?
It's nice and firm. Our freezer was
Yeah.
nice and cold. So it needs to kind of sit for a little bit to really scoop it. But is it not like so creamy
my
and
word.
delicious?
That's
Yeah.
like, okay, this is like going to ice cream parlor, ice cream, more.
It's so good.
On the cookie. Make a sandwich, sorry.
So we're gonna make some ice cream sandwiches. I mean, how yummy is this
Right,
at
how
the
cottage
cottage?
is this?
Like,
Right?
you gonna eat this too?
And then, perfect, that's perfect. And then what I have here is our strawberry coulis, which we made with the sugar. Again, strawberries, you can just see how the moisture of the strawberries comes out into the sugar, and you have perfect. We're gonna put that over top like so.
Oh man,
How's that look?
that's so yummy.
Okay,
Like, look how. Who doesn't want to come cottaging with us?
I know, that ice cream is so
Or
good.
glamping.
Oh, you're right. So, Victoria,
Victoria sponge,
Right.
done in a skillet,
right?
and it just, oh, the smell, you can just smell that butter. It's still warm, so it's gonna be
Look at
crumbly. Oh, that's beautiful, so fluffy.
And our cookies, again,
Oh,
you
we
can...
put blueberries in that too,
Exactly.
I forgot.
Exactly. And you can put strawberries in it, you can eat it.
little
We're gonna
ice
I'm gonna take some
cream.
right from here. Because that's how I roll.
I'm using my fingers here. Let's let that
Oh,
melt
Mom.
on top. You can put some strawberries on
so
it.
moist.
Isn't that nice?
Are
I
you ready?
know. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, I should have brought my catcher's
Right.
mitt.
Here, you can have that. Are you ready? Are you, as a viewer, ready for this big reveal? And so I just push it like this,
You
right?
just push it.
How's it? Is it coming? Maybe not?
This feels more like an episode of Call the Midwife.
Okay. There, it's coming out, right there. Look at it.
Ta-da!
It started with an easy bake oven. It ended with an easy bake oven. Stacey, I can't say thank you enough. I learned a bunch more on how to bake and make ice cream and have a couple of laughs.
Oh my goodness.
Will you come back again?
Oh, I will totally come back. Maybe like in a few minutes.
Okay, perfect.
So-
Hey, till next time, I'm Chef D. Won't you join me at the cottage? You never know, we might even show up at yours. Look at that. If you want to, you can turn them over halfway through the cooking process. We're not gonna look at it for about 2 hours. The whole house is gonna smell amazing. The meat's gonna be tender. Hi, who's that?